What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Terence Bud Crawford. Get this. The usual suspects are concerned with Terence Bud Crawford, the way he looked in the final presser. Okay. Now, I think that according to Boxing Ego, he made a video earlier this morning or last night or whichever. Last night about Terence Crawford, and he looks weight drained. And I have to agree, he does. He does look weight drained. He does look, because you could tell under the eyes, you could tell under, the under his when his brow, this part here is darker simply because when you're cutting weight, you can tell that requires you to get rid of water. Okay, water retention is one of the characteristics. Just like when if you have like big bags under your eyes, that is concerned with your kidneys. So you may have some type of you may be dehydrated. Okay, so and Terence had that. I did see that. Now, contrast Errol Spence, he looks a lot better. This is the best I ever seen Errol Spence. Errol Spence before weigh-in looks skin and bone. He looked sick a lot of times. And you're like, ooh, you know what I mean? That Devin Haney, Michael Jackson Thriller look, right? He did look that way. Now, I don't know what it is. Maybe because Terence Crawford, has decided to train harder, and maybe if he trained harder, he spent less time cutting weight, so he had to cut weight quicker, so therefore, you see those things, because I haven't seen him that bad before. However, I think everything is at the extreme. If you train hard, you bulk hard, you're going to cut weight hard. And I think this is just a hard weight cutting situation because of the situation. I think everything is going to be to the extreme at this point. I do wonder though, the concern. You're like, oh, he doesn't look good. Weight cut and this, that, and the other. I mean, it's. I just think it's negative to bring that up. However, it is that Errol Spence is his fighter, so that's what he's going to promote. So he's going to mention anything that is a red flag for Terence Crawford, to make it look as though Terence is not prepared or not ready, or he's having some type of problems that could help his fighter, which he supports, which is Errol Spence, because he's picking Errol Spence to beat Terence Crawford, just like he picked Wilder to beat Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? So a lot of these channels, like Boxing Ego, they support Errol Spence simply because Errol Spence is the younger guy. He's going to stay around longer. But the main reason is he's an Al Haymon fighter. If he was a top-ranked fighter, I don't think they would give two shits, to be fair. So a lot of those guys, him along with, other boxing channels, they flock to Errol Spence because of the Al Haymon movement. Okay, that's pretty much it. And I remember when it started, I was there when it started, and I seen how these videos and how these channels evolved around attacking people that weren't with Al Haymon, but understand, Terence Crawford is fighting on an Al Haymon card. It's an Al Haymon show. It's showtime. So but I think the premise of this whole video is to explain it's not that he does look bad. He does. I think the point is people that look out for stuff like that are criticizing Terence Crawford will be the first to see anything that is quite negative. See, how will that help Terence Crawford at all? It won't. It will just help his audience see that, hey, man, Terence Crawford, he ain't looking good. He's going to get starched. He's going to get knocked out. You know what I mean? So that, I think that supports the overall audience that he has that follow Errol Spence, which I think at this point, this fight, give it 5 p.m. Central. If these guys make weight, and to add to that, the fight will happen if they make weight. But to leave you guys with this, I did hear in the comments in the trenches that maybe Errol Spence is cutting weight, or not cutting weight rather, and purposely not making the weight because he's going to 154. But I'm thinking, okay, well, that don't make sense, because if you don't make weight, you don't make weight for any of your belts. So, but he does look good. And if that's the case, shout out to his nutritionist, because he does look good. He doesn't look like he's weight drained at all. Errol Spence has looked the best I've ever seen him. But I don't and won't use that as an excuse. Okay, because you have 24 hours. That's 5. So from 5 to 5, that's 24 hours, and then up until that time frame. So you got a little bit, maybe 26, 27 hours to replenish yourself the right way. Whether that's Ensure or that's electrolytes or whatever you can, put in your body, to bring your fluids back to normal. Okay. So you don't catch a stroke or no silly shit like that. So, but yeah, I think that Errol Spence looks good. Terence Crawford did look a bit, but I do think it was exaggerated just to prove his point. Like, oh man, he didn't look like this at this point, but he looks like this now, man. Maybe he shouldn't have bulked up. Maybe he shouldn't have. I don't know. But what'll happen in the fight is what's going to happen in the fight. And this is just really the last minute quarrels of what a content creator can do to support his fighter, to get views and to get buzz and support of the fighter that he supports on his platform. That's pretty much that. Nothing more, nothing less, but we will all see if they make weight. We will see who the best fighter in the world is. You guys tell me what you think of Terence Crawford, according to certain channels. Possibly badly weight drained. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!